Hello, Mr. Wilford here. I just wanted to go through Chapter 5, Section 6 with you real quick. This is one of those sections again where you might have to do a little bit of reading and kind of go through a couple of things a few times, maybe reread some things or jot down a few notes. We're talking about inequalities in two triangles here in this section, and this is one of those theorems where you might kind of think, well, this just seems pretty obvious, but really you want to just take the time to kind of look at it and understand exactly what's happening. We're talking about inequalities in two triangles, and there's a theorem 561, and it's actually called the hinge theorem. And what it's saying is we're comparing two triangles, and we have congruent sides of these two triangles. So for example, AB is congruent to DE, AC is congruent to DF. What we're looking at here, though, are the angles. And if I just kind of read through this for you here, it says if two sides of one triangle are congruent to two sides of another triangle, and the included angles, so the angles between those two sides, angle A and D here, the included angle are not congruent, then the longer third side is across from the larger included angle. So in other words, you can kind of tell by the pictures here that this angle A is across from the longer side. The longer third side, BC, is going to be greater than EF. The measure of angle A is greater than the measure of angle D. And then, of course, we have a converse of that, 562. And again, we're talking about two congruent sides of two different triangles here. As you read through this, it says that the larger included angle is across from the longer third side. So now we're talking about these sides being across from these angles again. So again, maybe something that seems kind of obvious if you think about the triangles, but it's put together in a theorem here. We have the proof, converse of the hinge theorem right here. And then we have some examples where we're using some algebra. We're using the hinge theorem, and we're making some comparisons between a couple of different triangles here again. And we're trying to solve for some of the variables as you go through. Be sure to take a look at those examples. There's some application problems here as well. So again, just be sure to take a look at that. And then example 3 is showing proving triangle relationships, writing a two-column proof. We're given that KL is congruent to NL, and we're supposed to prove that KM, which is this length here, is greater than NM. And again, we can use our triangles here in some of our theorems to show this. So we're given that KL and NL, KL and NL, there we go. Those two are congruent, and LM is congruent to LM by the reflexive property. And then we have our angle addition postulate right here, and then we're our comparison property of inequalities, and then finally the hinge theorem to show that Km is greater than Nm. So be sure to take a look at those examples and read through the problems, and again, you might have to take a look at them a couple of times and look carefully at some of the drawings. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.